Back to our channel. Now we are going to start superficial fascia of the pectoral region. So actually what is superficial fascia? So if you see in your dissections, you will understand whenever you remove the skin. So after the skin, the fascia, the layer which you get, that is nothing but the superficial fascia. So the superficial fascia is just below the skin and it is having only the moderate fat. So in this superficial fascia, the major and the main important part is the breast. So breast is well developed in female, even in the male it is present, but well developed in female. So we are going to study it in later video, but now today we are going to mainly discuss by means of this diagram the superficial fascia of the pectoral region. So first we need to understand what are the contents of the superficial fascia. So coming to its contents, it have the cutaneous nerves. So what are the cutaneous nerves? You can see here, it's mentioned here, anterior cutaneous nerve, lateral cutaneous nerve. So these are the different cutaneous nerve, we are going to discuss about them. And these nerves are mainly derived from cervical plexus. If you see here, the root value C3, C4. So this is a supraclavicular nerves. Its root value is C3, C4. That is nothing but it is coming from the cervical plexus. You know, cervical plexus will be present in the neck, right? So from there the C3, C4 give rise to supraclavicular nerves. In the name itself you can see supraclavicular. Supraclavicular means above the clavicle they supply. So this is one type of cutaneous nerve, and the other type is anterior cutaneous nerve, and the other type is lateral cutaneous nerve, right? So this cutaneous nerves which are coming from the cervical plexus, right, and also they may come from the intercostal nerves. Intercostal nerves means the nerves which are present in between the intercostal ribs or intercostal spaces. You know, in the intercostal space, the arrangement will be vein, artery, nerve. Vein is the mnemonic there. If you go to thorax, you will understand there. First you will have the vein, next you will have the artery, next you will have the nerve. So the intercostal nerve is part of it in the intercostal space. So even the intercostal nerve, cervical plexus, both give rise to this cutaneous nerves. So cutaneous branches from internal thoracic and posterior intercostal arteries. So actually internal thoracic arteries are accompanying the anterior cutaneous nerves, whereas the posterior intercostal arteries are accompanying the lateral cutaneous nerves. I will say that detail also, just this is an overview. Next you also have platysma. This is also a content of superficial fascia. The platysma is a muscle which will be, lying over here. Even its origin, insertion, everything I am going to discuss. And of course the breast is a content of the superficial fascia. So let us start with the cutaneous nerves. So cutaneous nerves are in turn divided, especially the supraclavicular nerves are in turn divided into medial, intermediate and lateral supraclavicular nerves. So these are the branches of cervical plexus, mainly C3 and C4. So they supply the skin over the upper half of deltoid. You know, the deltoid muscle will be here. It is passing vertically from the acromion process to the deltoid tuberosity of humerus. So the deltoid is supplied by this medial, intermediate, lateral parts of the supraclavicular nerve, which is a cutaneous nerve, and it is coming from the branch of cervical plexus, mainly C3 and C4. So this will supply the skin of upper half of deltoid and also from the clavicle down to second rib. So from the clavicle down to second rib. So till here, that is the deltoid and till the second rib, everything is supplied by the supraclavicular nerve and its branches, that is medial, intermediate, lateral. So done with it. Next we'll move on to anterior and lateral cutaneous branches. So of 2 to 6 intercostal nerves. So 2 to 6 means from the T2 to T6 they are supplying. So this is an anterior cutaneous nerve, right? So they supply the skin below the level of second rib, right? Up to second rib, supraclavicular nerve. Below second rib, this anterior cutaneous and lateral cutaneous, they will supply it, right? So mainly the intercostal brachial nerve. So you can see here the intercostal brachial nerve. It's starting from the T2. The site is starting from the T2. It supplies the skin of floor of axilla. If you see here, this is the axilla. So the floor, mainly floor of axilla is supplied by intercostobrachial. In the name itself you can see intercostobrachial. Brachial means going to the hand. So of course it will supply the axilla. And also to the upper half of medial side of arm. Upper half of medial side. This is medial side of the arm, right? So upper half of medial side of the arm is also supplied by intercostobrachial nerve, right? Next, coming the spinal nerves C3 and C4, they directly meet the area supplied by the spinal nerves T2 and T3. So spinal nerves, you can see here C3 and C4, it's in direct contact with the area which is supplied below, right? That is T2 and T3. And because why they are like, why C3 and C4 in contact with T2 and T3? Because the C5, C6, C7, C8, T1, all these are pulled away mainly to supply the upper limb. So they are pulled away to supply the upper limb. So only the C3, C4, T2, T3 up to like T6, they all supply the superficial fascia of the pectoral region, right? Now we will see about the cutaneous vessels. So actually, what are the cutaneous vessels? So till now we could talk about nerves. Now the vessels accompany them. So the vessels, the cutaneous vessels are very small, and the anterior cutaneous nerves are accompanied by perforating branch of internal thoracic artery. So actually the internal thoracic artery will start here, and in turn it will get divided into superior epigastric artery, and also it will divide into musculophrenic artery. So this is how the internal thoracic artery will divide. So this internal thoracic artery is accompanying the anterior cutaneous nerves here, right? Done with it. So next, coming to 2, 3 and 4 of these branches. 2, 3, 4 branches of internal thoracic artery are very large in the case of female, or they supply the breast. So if this internal thoracic artery branches like 2, 3, 4 branches are very large, so they supply the breast of the, in the case of female. Now coming to the lateral cutaneous branch of posterior intercostal arteries. So posterior intercostal arteries are accompanying the lateral cutaneous nerves, right? So that's it, very simple. So once again, let us revise, very simple topic. You have the cutaneous nerves first. What is the content of superficial fascia? Cutaneous nerves, cutaneous vessels which are accompanying them, right? And next you have the what? And you also have the breast. Breast is an important feature, right, of this superficial fascia. So cutaneous nerves, cutaneous vessels, breast, and also platysma. Don't forget platysma, right? So it's a muscle. So these are the contents of superficial fascia. So cutaneous nerves, as we discussed, they are coming from mainly cervical plexus. You can see the supraclavicular nerves coming from C3, C4. They have medial, intermediate, lateral branches. They supply the upper part and also deltoid, like up to upper part, up to second rib. And from the second rib, they are supplied by anterior cutaneous nerve on the anterior side and the lateral cutaneous nerves on the lateral side. But you need to remember one thing, that the anterior cutaneous nerve is supplying from T2 to T6, that is up to the scaphoid process. But lateral cutaneous nerve supplies somewhat lower than T2, means from T3 to T6. And next, coming to intercostal brachial, in the name itself you can see it's supplying axilla, and also it's supplying the upper medial part of the arm of the upper limb, right? So this is just about the nerves. Now the vessels which are accompanying it. Anterior cutaneous nerve, the vessel which is accompanying is internal thoracic artery. Its division into superior epigastric, musculophrenic. It's not so needed to remember, just remember internal thoracic artery accompanying the anterior cutaneous nerve. Whereas the lateral cutaneous nerve accompanying the posterior intercostal artery. Done. That's it. So very simple. So now we'll discuss about platysma. So platysma is actually a thin, like broad sheet-like structure, and it's also subcutaneous. You can feel it, feel that muscle. So the fibers of this platysma arise from deep fascia covering the pectoralis major. So where will be the pectoralis major? Over here, right? Because it is coming from its origin from the medial two-thirds of the clavicle anterior side. So here it will be the pectoralis major. So in its deep fascia, you will get the origin of platysma, and it will run upwards medially, cross the clavicle, and it will reach the side of the neck and get inserted into the base of mandible. You know mandible, right? So in the base of mandible, it will get inserted in the skin over posterior and lower part of face, even to the skin over the posterior and also lower part of the face. So it will go up to the lower side of mandible and also posterior and lower part of face. So there it will get inserted. So origin is from deep fascia of pectoralis major. So this is about platysma. And platysma is mainly supplied by the facial nerve, and when the mouth angle is pulled down, for example if you are pulling your mouth down, then what happens, the muscle contracts, that is nothing but the platysma, and forms of wrinkles of skin. So whenever you are pushing your head downward, then the wrinkles which are formed in your neck region, that is because of your platysma, right? and next it is supplied by facial nerve, and it also protects the external jugular vein. Why? Because the platysma, inside the platysma you will find the external jugular vein. So the external jugular vein is protected from the external pressures by means of a covering of broad sheet, that is platysma. So by this we have completed the superficial fascia. Very simple topic. Next we will start with the breast or mammary gland, which is also very simple, and it's actually important part of the superficial fascia.